Welcome to the channel where we make your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Carl Young, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested about migrating to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell on the side so once we have all the updated news, you'll be the first one getting all the insight. Now today, I'm going to answer a question where there has been numbers of articles talking about international students coming into Australia and switching to cheaper courses. Obviously, what is the aim on doing that? Well, first of all, probably save some money, but I think the aim is to actually get into some kind of job and work, and of course, looking into the new policy, the new employment sponsored visa, perhaps the way to actually gain sponsorship, especially there's no more skill occupation list anymore from 1st July. So this is the topic I want to talk about. Now, first of all, obviously, it's not the right thing to do. You do not want to mislead the government or the Department of Immigration or Home Affairs that you're coming in to study some sort of bachelor and master, and once you arrive in Australia, you're changing courses in a way to save money and start getting to a job and seeking for employment sponsorship. This is not the right thing to do. That's the first thing I wanted to talk about, because ultimately you get caught, and it's very, very easy to be caught. Now, the Department of Education in Australia, they are looking to refresh the policy, repolish the policy of the National Code. Now, what is National Code? National Code is the actual law that governs between your visa and also the institution, the education provider, whether it's going to be a TAFE, private education, a diploma courses, or university or master or PhD. That's all governed between this kind of law, and there is a system called PRISM, PRISM. It's very easy that your contact will be detected. Now, you may ask, why are there still a lot of agents trying to push this way, especially onshore agents? They are good agents, but they are bad agents as well. Well, obviously they wanted to make quick money, but you don't want to get into that loophole because it's a very bad thing to do. But in a way, I'm here to actually advise and teach you a better way, a more healthier way to think about your future and career. Now, first of all, we need to understand that from 1st July, I've been reviewing this webpage for many times, that international student will have their, obviously, pre-COVID, international student can only work 40 hours per fortnight. Okay, but obviously during post-COVID, obviously between this year 1st July and the previous year, the government of Australia, due to the skill shortage, they have put all international students work right unlimited. But from 1st July, it will drop down from unlimited for work permit down to 40 an hour, which is still 8 hours more than the previous international students work right. So there's still a little bit of an increase. That's 4 hours more per week per international student. So that is still considerable. That's just a reflect to the current daily expenses has increased and all that. So how would you really manage a healthier way for your career, perhaps in Australia? Now, you really need to think about what you really like. Don't just pick on what the agent advise and pick on what they tell you that whatever the occupation is on the so-called skill list, because skill list changes all the time, but it can be a reference to your selections. But you still really need to think about what you really love to do, what really interests you. Okay, so then you choose the course, whether or not it's going to be diploma, bachelor, master or PhD, within your interests, so that builds on your career as well. In that way, even we need to think about this because there's risk management here. Face the fact that not every international student will successfully migrate. Now that's the fact. It's not gonna be 100%, right? Obviously that will be your aim, but you still need to assess and put that risk assessment into your career as well. So what if the migration pathway did not work for you and you're required to gain that knowledge and bring it back home? Would that actually increase or improve your career profile? You still need to take that element into your heart. Otherwise, it's gonna be a very bad choice. You end up with study something that you do not love, you have no interest with, and it doesn't build on your career profile, and did not gain migration at the end. Then you lose everything, because you got to face the fact every time an international student goes abroad, that's going to be easily 3, 4, 5, sometimes up to 10 years. Now you don't want to waste those kind of years of your life. How many of those years can you gain during your life as well? So you really need to think deeply about this consideration. Now, connecting back to what we see here, that you will have a 48-hour per fortnight. Now, it's as long as the beginning of the planning is correct, and you have that 48 hours per fortnight, it will be very easily for you to gain experiences, and especially now, then you can access to the new employment sponsor policy, which is going to be recently launched one that was just last week, and within 5 days got a work visa granted. So then you need to think about, do you have the right work experiences, the right English proficiency, despite the skill occupation list will be removed and there's no more skill assessment required. You still need to have those ones. So building your social network into your career profile, that will positively bring on your employment possibility as well. And you get employment, obviously once you graduate, you're very easily to migrate. Either you're gonna go through general skill migration or employment sponsored visa pathway. Anyway, should you have more question and query, more than welcome to leave comment right down below, and I'll see you next video. Goodbye.